Okay, so the treads, I'm just going to make the other one, another pair before I get too far. Alright, finished the 4 track segments, the top and bottom. Now, we've got to space them in the right distance and attach them to here and come up with the rounded front. Which to do first. Alright, next step, I'm going to cut a bunch of 1-inch pieces to go over each one of these spots. And I'll put the long rod on top, then I'll cross support it. And let's hope that gives us enough height. Just squishing it down and taping it over on either side of this beam. And go in the opposite direction, doing the same thing. Alright, got the spacers in here. So next step will be to add this piece to it. I think. Is sufficient. So before I get too far along, I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Okay, next step, I'm going to take my rod and tape it down on top of the spacers we just did. Make sure it's nice and snug, lots of tape. We'll go from there. So I think we'll go with that. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to add some supports from this point to this point. And then once I attach to the frame, I'll attach supports from here to here. So it'll have multiple points of contact and it should be able to hold the weight pretty well. But first I need some more rods. So yep, just 4 pieces to go in the middle of these spans. So yeah, just like that. I'm just cutting a short piece just to kind of snug in there, and then I'll compress it a little bit. Alright, got those 2 sides done. It's looking good. Alright, next step, measuring guide to make sure these are in their center. Tape them down, and then do my cross supports I was talking about earlier. Yeah. Whew. Let's cut 6 of these pieces for each side. Alright, I got that mostly taped down, and I just realized I gotta tape the bottom side down. And yeah, you can see I did this top, or these slopes. Alright, now I got the bottom treads locked into place. This should be good. Then we'll raise it up with some rollers for the bottom of the tread. Just like that. And that should give me my 1.5 inch clearance that it's going for too. This frame's a little bit bigger than I think the stock one is, but I don't know. I did it all by the numbers, so hopefully it all looks right. Now to get my bearings on which way I want to go. Yeah, this rod would be too thick. 5 strips pretty much acts like a spring. So if I were to try taping that down, it'd just pull apart. So I need to make myself probably some 2 or 3 strip rods to go around the edge here. Got my 3 strip rods now, just bending it along the crease to figure out what would be the ideal length of this. Alright, quick cleanup break. I'm getting a little too messy over here. Before I attach this circle, I've got to attach the top, otherwise I'll just pull away. Alright. The next step is to take my 6.5 inch pieces, attach them to the side up here, up to the front of the caterpillar. Taping some taper on the outside, that way I can line up the edges. Alright, one side done. Now to do the exact same thing this side. Alright, I'm just putting 2 strips on top, 2 strips on the bottom, and wrapping them around nice and tight. I like it. It's finally starting to take shape, become recognizable. And I think I'm going to call it here for today. Welcome back to another day of duct taping. Today's objective, call Duct brand and get them to make a better black. Alright, that's what I'm thinking. A couple pieces at 2.5 inches, or just about, stuffed in here. Piece just under 1 inch, spacer there. No, it's not anatomically perfectly correct, but it might be needed for this particular project. And then I could work on the wheel that goes in the middle. Yeah, because these spacers, their main purpose is to kind of help get the correct curve. I feel like I might need a few more of these to be the spacer here to hold it down. This piece is really wanting to flex up. Alright, now I finished bracing these things. Now I gotta figure out the next step, which I think would be our rollers, our power wheels. 9 inches. Okay, now that I've made my 2 circles, I think I'm gonna try joining them together. being sure to offset my joints. Alright, now I'm just going to cut a piece, match to this length. It's so much easier in Tinkercad modeling these things. Alright, so I'm thinking about putting 2 rods here, so I could still put a post right through the middle. Maybe make something where I could swivel, or at the very least rest right in the middle. So, push yourself out. You got it. Okay, it's quite a lot of work for a wheel. I want to cover it. Just making myself a sheet of duct tape. I got my 2 circles cut. Now I'm going to just slice a little X in the middle there. Alright, now I got my 2 sides of the sheet there covering my wheel. Just going to start taping it down. Alright, there's my completed wheel. After many interruptions. Alright, to prepare for tomorrow, I'm going to make a few more 3-strip rods, because I'm almost out and I'm going to need a whole bunch more. We'll call that a day, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.